What are you most looking forward to about our adventure day?
Just so much. Like, my heart is feeling full of excitement for it, which is why I am thinking, what am I going to say? Because it's going to be so good. I am looking forward to bringing together our energies, Katya, because I think there's a lot that we can do together. It's going to be really exciting. Tell us a little bit about the start of the day, the morning, being out in nature.
Well, what we're going to do is, I think we're going to start with a bit of forest bathing. And Alderley Edge is just so beautiful. There will be so much to soak up. And what we'll do is we'll encourage everyone to find what is called a sit spot, or a sitting spot, which is just an area that you're drawn to. It could be a tree, it could be a bit of grass, just something where you just find yourself that you want to be there. And then we want you to take a seat, nestle in, and we're going to give you about 20 minutes to just sit in silence and to go through your senses and just absorb nature. So you look around you, what do you see? And as you're on the floor, it'll give things a different perspective. You'll probably notice things you wouldn't normally notice. And then you move on to what can you hear? And at the moment, birdsong is completely off the scale.
It's just fills you up, doesn't it? Just even
Yeah.
that sound.
And we
Beautiful.
don't take the time to tune into that and all the different types of bird songs, just noticing that there's different ones. And then you move on to what can you feel? You know, your bum on the floor or your back against the tree trunk, the breeze on your face, the sun on your face, just the different things. We don't stop and notice those things.
No.
And then a little bit more intangible is smell and taste, which I tend to skip over quite quickly.
There's only so much we can eat in the forest.
Yeah, I'm like, can't really taste anything.
No.
Can smell a bit of grass. But it is super relaxing.
Yes.
And we rarely give ourselves permission to just sit that quietly and soak up the beauty around us. And it is so good for us.
It is amazing. And, that in itself is going to be an adventure, as simple as that. But we're also going to be giving people the opportunity to think about what feels adventurous, because an adventure isn't the same thing for everybody,
No.
and something that is completely within my comfort zone might be outside of someone else's. We're definitely not going to make anyone do anything. I want to make that very, very clear. But we're going to give people the opportunity to do different things. And most importantly, to talk about that feeling of wanting to be adventurous, being afraid of being adventurous, and all the blocks that come in the way of that. So there's going to be some really in the moment nurturing, but also a lot of kind of expanding the mind and thinking about this in a wider context. And then, we'll carry that on into the afternoon.
I think we gain strength when other people are vulnerable around us and admit that something maybe quite normal is a bit scary for them. Yes. Even if it's something like, I'd really like to do cold water swimming, but I'm actually afraid of water.
Yeah.
And when that vulnerability comes forward, people support each other and are ready to start kind of digging into their own stuff and facing into it and wondering if they can do it too, do the thing that's their adventure and gain the support from the people around them. And you do feel stronger.
You do. And this is the deeper meaning of all of this, because adventure, yes, it can be rock climbing, whitewater rafting, skipping through the trees and all the wonderful things, but it's also the ultimate adventure is being vulnerable. That's life. That's like the meaning of life. So we're going to be talking about how being adventurous in a kind of maybe a fun way or a silly way or a frivolous way, whatever you want to call it, how that can actually help with our resilience through life's more serious adventures, through the adventures that are the challenges life throws at us.
It's a bit like weightlifting. Like, you're growing muscles.
That's it.
And you can grow adventure muscles.
Yes.
And those adventure muscles aren't just frivolous.
No,
they're
not at all.
awesome because we deserve to have fun, and life is richer and better if we're having fun.
Yeah.
But they will help us so much in difficult situations because we'll have flex.
Yeah.
And we'll have positivity.
All the things that make such a difference. And we're going to be spending time in the afternoon doing, well, I think we're going to give people the choice of maybe a bit of journaling, maybe a bit of discussion, maybe a bit of vision boarding, because different people will resonate with different ways of kind of processing through what we're learning. But just lots of different ways of considering how we're going to have more adventures, how we're going to cope with difficult adventures, how we're going to bring more fun, which again is not frivolous, is a really important cup-filling exercise so that we've got the mojo that we need to get through the difficult stuff.
Yeah, and I want people to just feel safe, because we've all got stuff going on. And you have to talk about the difficult stuff to be able to embrace the good stuff.
Oh, that's so true. Yeah. It's going to be, it's just going to be such a nurturing day. And I think people will leave with a lot of tools, but also a lot of joy. And I just can't wait.
Yeah. And also I'm excited about hearing about how people have already got adventure in their life.
Yes, definitely.
Because I know when I've asked that question to friends before, it's been really exciting, because I love hearing about friends that go paddleboarding in their spare time, or friends that do things like, cookery classes, online cookery classes. It doesn't actually have to be anything that dramatic.
No, it doesn't have to be physical. It doesn't have to be outdoors. It definitely doesn't have to be expensive. It's just something that's new to you and possibly a little bit outside of your comfort zone. So a good example would be if you told me to go rock climbing, I'd enjoy it. I wouldn't be particularly out of my comfort zone. I've done a bit of indoor climbing. I'd give it a good go. You tell me to do a cookery class, and I have done some, but that's way out of my comfort zone. That would be far more scary. And yet for some people, that's like, well, that's not an adventure. It's like, it is for me.
Yeah. And also, I think just hearing about how people have adventure in their lives can be a bit surprising, because people have habits that you would never imagine they do. Because one of the friends that I was talking to, she takes her sketchbook with her on walks.
Oh, how lovely. Yeah.
It's like, that's just gorgeous.
Yeah, that's beautiful. We could obviously talk about this all day, and we will be talking about it all day on the 4th of July. So hopefully we will have lots of lovely people join us to share some wonderful, nurturing time. And I'm so looking forward to it. Thank you.
Bring it on.
Bring it on.